Hello friends, welcome back for another YouTube video. This is Cassie, and today we have the Brutus Monroe blog hop day, as is every Wednesday, and today we're doing fabulous fibers. So let me show you what I'm going to be using today. I'm using this gorgeous stamp set called Vintage Floral background, and I just love it. And I'm pairing it up with this stamp set called Super Sentimental. I love the sentiment in the Vintage Floral background, but I wanted something a little different. Here are the fabulous fibers, and this one's called Peacock. So there's, I think, 3 actual colors of fiber in the store, and it's really unique, honestly. I think it's really cool. I'm anxious to play with it some more. I'm also going to be using the Alabaster Sparkle Embossing Powder, so it's just like the regular Alabaster, but with some glitter. And then I have some new cardstocks that are new to the store, Slate and Key Lime. And I'm also going to be throwing in some whitewash, which that's probably one of my new favorite colors. So I've cut down some of that Slate cardstock, and I decided I'd just go ahead and leave the sentiment in the center of my background. So the backgrounds are 6 by 6. I'd cut down the cardstock to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And so that's a little smaller than an A2 size card. And I plan to do some embossing. I've got my magic powder bag, and I'm going to just sprinkle that all over my slate cardstock. And then I'll wipe that away with a Nuvo brush just to make sure they don't have any excess powder sticking around. And then I am going to ink up my background with some embossing ink. And I'm just trying to make sure that I have really, really good coverage and pressing down firmly. And because, you know, you're just never going to know. And this is the easiest way I found to do these backgrounds. I'll take my cardstock and stick it face down right on top of my background, take a scratch piece, and then I'll rub my fingers all over, just trying to make sure that I am pressing everywhere. And so then I will pull that away, and then I'm left with this impression. And I don't care about the center because I'm going to end up cutting that out, but I think I ended up getting a very nice impression. So here I am covering it with the Alabaster Sparkle Embossing Powder, which if you love the Alabaster, you will really love the Alabaster Sparkle. This stuff is beautiful. All right, and then I'll pick up my mess because I will dump this everywhere if I don't pick it up. All right, then I'm going to hit this with my heat tool. And I try to make sure that my heat gun is nice and heated up before I bring it to the paper, because there are bits of glitter in this, and I don't want that making the glitter fly everywhere. So if you make sure that your heat tool is good and heated up, then you should be good. And you know what's funny is I've had this heat tool for probably going on 18 years now. So it is an old heat tool, and I think I might be getting to that point where I might need to do something a little different. But for now, it's still working. All right, now we're moving on to doing some die cutting. I have just a circle die cut because I want to cut the center out of there. And I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. And that's why I love these backgrounds, because look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's like I made my own pattern paper. So to add to the dimension of this, I have grabbed out some Hickory Smoke Distress Ink. This is the regular Distress Ink, and I have a mini ink blending tool. And I am just sponging that all around the edges. It just adds this little bit of depth to the image itself. And then I'll just go ahead and bring that also into the center of my piece. And then we'll move on to working with the fibers. So I'm going to take some 1/2 inch Scor-Tape, and I'm going to put that on the top and the bottom. I really want to play with these fibers a lot more because I'm sure there's so much more that you can do with it, but I really wanted to showcase them. So I thought this was the best and most fun way for me to do it. So I'll pull out these fibers. They're really thin fibers. They're so pretty. They're iridescent, and it looks like they're making a mess, but it's really, really super easy to clean up. I'll peel off my release paper. And then I'm just going to peel those and kind of stick those from top to bottom, not even minding that it's going to go over the edge because that's easy to cut off. And then I'll just keep working that. And sorry that it keeps going in and out. Those fibers are just so sparkly and pretty that my camera is just kind of like, what do we do? So yeah, and I'll pull off some strays, put that back in my little pile, pull some more in. And then when I'm happy with what I have, I'll pick up those fibers and I'll throw those back in the container. Like I said, it's really easy cleanup. It's, you know, pretty much easier than like Sequins and stuff like that, honestly. All right, so I do, like I said, have some hangover. So I will take my scissors and I'm just going to trim off the excess. I could easily throw that back into my container as well. And I feel like I used a lot, but I still have so many fibers left over. So I feel like this is a product that you'll have for a long, long time. And I know that there's more you can do with it. Like I said, I think I'm just really going to have to do some more playing. But I'll have them linked down below in the description box. I think there are 3 colors. I have cut down some key lime cardstock, and I cut it to be just a little bit bigger. But this is the whitewash. Check that out. So it's not like a stark white, but I think it's becoming my new favorite cardstock. All right, so I'm putting some 1/4 inch Scor-Tape all around the edges of my piece. And as I said, my key lime cardstock is just cut a little bit bigger than my slate piece. And then my whitewash is my card base. I am pretty much out of the Not Your Mama's heavyweight card bases, and honestly, it makes me really sad. Once you've started using heavyweight card bases, it's kind of hard to go back. So, but I do like this whitewash. I think it's awesome. And these 100-pound card stocks that Brutus Monroe has, they make pretty good card bases as well. So, but next time the Not Your Mama's is in stock, I'm going to be stocking up. All right, so I will attach that down to my whitewash. And so now my panel is all good to go, and I'm ready to start stamping my sentiment. I grabbed the little Hello sentiment from the Super Sentimental stamp set, and I'm just going to stamp that along the bottom of a piece of my whitewash cardstock. I pull out my tonic trimmer, but I ended up trimming it way too close. So I'm actually just going to flip it over, and then I'll re-stamp the sentiment on the back. So waste not, want not, and I do apologize for my head getting into the camera. I wanted to make sure I stamped it correctly this time. I'll use some little foam dots on the back of my sentiment, peel off the release paper, and then I will stick this down to the card front. Trying to make sure that that is straight. And then we'll move on to using some of the Prism sequins. These are new. This is the green Prism because it matched so perfectly and beautifully, and why not add a little more shine and shimmer. And then I'm going to take my Crystal Katana along with my Nuvo Deluxe glue, and then I'll just attach those down. And I like how they seem to stick nicely even to the fibers, and it adds a little extra something there in the center. And those fibers don't add bulk. Like I said, they're really thin, really pretty fibers. And then as an added bonus, which I've been kind of doing lately, is I took the Nuvo White Blizzard and I am putting it right in the centers of each of my sequins, and I'm also just adding a few little dots here and there. And it looks cloudy now, but it will dry with some little glitter in it, and it'll be clear, and it just adds a little extra something something. So let's take a closer look at that card because it's all finished. Yeah. So as I said, this is a part of a blog hop, and so I will have my blog listed down below so that you can head on over there and then check out what the rest of the team has been up to. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And then I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye, everyone.